Hello, my name is Mohammad Ahmad Yunus. This is MBA 651. Today we will discuss about service dominant logic and its 5 related axioms. So let's begin. Let me give you an overview. Service dominant logic is based on value creation opportunity between the service providers and the customers to co-create value together. It states that service is the fundamental basis of economic exchange rather than goods. SDL is an important concept in understanding in service-based industries and how its economies work. SDL model is based on sustainable and ethical practices. Now, I'll give you a context. I'll be sharing my Uber ride sharing experience in explaining 5 axioms of SD logic. I'll be sharing Uber ride experience with another passenger named Frank. So I'll set the scene. As I plan to go to a city for attending a meeting, I booked an Uber pool. Shortly after, Uber app notified me my ride confirmation. After a few seconds, it's also notified me that the driver Gary will be picking another passenger on the way. Booking an initial counter, I stepped outside and waited for my ride. The driver Gary arrived on time. He greeted me warmly as I entered the car. As the ride begins, the driver Gary informed me that he will be picking another passenger named Frank, who is just a few miles away. Picking up Frank, a few minutes later, the car stopped. Frank, a young man heading to the train station, joined the ride. I had a short discussion with Frank. We both selected Uber for its convenience, its cost effectiveness, specifically during peak hours when traffic is heavy. Now, coming to ride sharing experience, as the car moved to the city, the driver utilized Uber app GPS navigation system to navigate through the best routes through the city in order to avoid the traffic and ensuring best routes. During the ride, Frank told me that he's very fond of Uber and he uses Uber to commute daily to his work. He discussed that the efficiency of Uber is really great and it has changed the way people communicate. We both agreed ride sharing not only saves money, but it also reduces traffic congestion and saves carbon emission. While the ride was on progress, Frank also mentioned Uber's reliability, service quality, app safety features, like it has real-time tracking and ride-sharing details with your loved ones. Now, arriving at destinations, firstly, Uber dropped Frank to the train station. As he exited, he thanked me and the driver, Gary. The driver continued to the destination. I reached my meeting on time. As I exited, I thanked Gary for the ride. I rated the service through the app. I appreciated the seamless service. So here's a graph I created, and it has Uber ride sharing experience elements. On the right-hand side, you can see passengers, drivers, Uber. They all create value together in ride-sharing experience. On the left-hand side, you can see the value proposition, which include the market share, revenue, brand reputation, earning potential, flexibility, customer satisfaction, and convenience, safety, affordability, and pleasant experience. Now, I'll be linking my Uber ride-sharing experience to 5 axioms of SD logic. The first one is Service. Service is the fundamental basis of exchange. In the ride-sharing experience, the Uber ride itself is the service being exchanged. Both me and the passenger Frank receive the transportation, which is the core offering of the Uber service. So the focus is on the value provided by the Uber service rather than the physical goods. Axiom 2, value. Value is co-created by multiple actors, including the beneficiary. The value of the Uber ride is co-created by me and the Frank, the driver, and the Uber platform. The interaction with Frank, the driver's navigation system, the skills, the convenience of all Uber app contributed to overall value of the ride. The conversation and shared experience with Frank also added plus perceived value. Axiom 3, actors. All social and economic actors are resource integrators. In this scenario, the ride-sharing experience, all participants and even Uber as a platform were integrating various resources. I provided payment, and Frank, the passenger, contributed to the social aspect. Gary, the driver, provided the vehicle and driving skills. Uber supplied the app and technology to coordinate the service. So in a way, we are all actors and doing various actions to perform the service. Axiom 4, resources. Resources are the main source of competitive advantage to the operator resources. So in this scenario, the driver's knowledge of the city, his driving skills, the car as a physical resource, the technology behind the Uber app, all contributed to make this service superior to the other transportation options. These resources are what Uber provides a competitive edge in the market. Axiom 5, institutions. Value co-creation is coordinated through actor-generated institutions and institutional arrangements. So in this scenario, Uber actions inside a set of organizations, including its customers and service standards, safety procedures, and Uber app interference. The guiding and shaping the whole ride-sharing experience, and the institutional frameworks which facilitate and accommodate the value co-creation among all parties which were involved, that ensure the service reliability, security, and efficiency. Now, coming to conclusion, the Uber ride-sharing experience present as a clear crystal example which shows how service domain logic work in real-world service encounters and scenarios. It provided the interconnectivity between the service, value, actors, resource, and institutions, which are all 5 axioms. These are the references. Thank you for listening to me. This is the end of my presentation.